Hi, I'm Rebecca Hrabar, and I'm the current intern at the Children's Museum. Some information on the museum is that it is inside the Teton Flood Museum, which is in the Tabernacle if you've never been there. The curator is Jill Spencer, and it's a really laid-back place. You only work about 15 hours a week, or more if you'd like to, and you get to make your own hours, which is really great for busy students, and it really helps if you have a child as well. Your responsibilities in the museum are to create new exhibits each month for the Children's Museum, and to make sure that there are enough activities to entertain 1 to 12, so it's a very large age group. So you just have to make sure that whatever learning activities that you plan to go along with your exhibit will entertain different ages. You also need to make sure that the Children's Museum looks nice and neat every day so that it's exciting and interesting for the kids. Jill doesn't do much at all with the Children's Museum. You basically are the one that does everything for it. So you create the exhibit, you just make sure that the topic each month is okay with Jill, and you know, you just kind of run it, which is a lot of fun. And then you also help run the Teton Flood Museum. And so you'll learn how to run the computer, the cash register, how to play the video, take money, and open and close the museum. A lot of times there will be kids in the Children's Museum, but a lot of times there won't be. So it's important to know how to run everything else that is in the Flood Museum as well. So once you have the exhibit up for the month, you have a lot of downtime. And this is where you can start brainstorming for the next month and working on that exhibit. But you can also work on homework, improve your existing exhibit, or even read a book. The museum does have its busy days, especially like Saturdays during the summer. But it also has its slow days, so which makes it nice because it gives you time to relax and to get your homework done and other things you might need to do for the museum. So my favorite part about the Children's Museum is that you get to be really creative. You come up with a topic yourself, and you carry out the entire thing. So all of it is you. You get to come up with the idea, you get to come up with the exhibit case, you get to come up with the activities, and you put them all together. And so from start to finish, you do it all, and then you kind of get to sit back and watch how the children interact with what you've provided them with, which is a lot of fun to see if what you have created in the Children's Museum is a lot of fun for them, and it gives you time to tweak things that might not be as interesting in there. And so I just really like how creative that you get to be. So this is a picture of the exhibit case that we had up for the month of May for the life cycle of a plant. Since then I've added in growing plants, both beans and flowers, so that the kids can see the roots, the stems, the seeds, the whole thing. So it's a little empty right in this picture, but the exhibit case is probably the most important part of the whole exhibit, because it's where you put all the information that you want the kids to learn. So especially the older kids, it's important for them to have something that they can read and learn about in the museum. And the younger kids will mostly learn through the activities that you put in there. But this display case might be really helpful for older kids or for the parents to read to their kids. So everything that you study on the subject and that you think would be good for the kids to learn, this is where you put it. And you want to make sure that it's colorful and that it looks good so that the kids actually want to look at it. So these are just some pictures of the Children's Museum. There's the loft, which is always there. I just decorated with some flowers, some plants. And then there's a picture of a bean planting station. And I also printed up instructions at each station that aren't in the pictures, but that are important as well to put up so the kids know what to do at each station. And then on the chalkboard is the life cycle of a plant that they can take apart and put back in order. Here are some more pictures from the exhibit. Down at the bottom is a pretend garden where they can plant seeds, plant food, pull them out, collect them in the basket. They can just kind of do a pretend play. And then up at the top is a matching game with the series of the life cycle. And then there's also a beanbag toss to give them something more physical to do. And then there is the naming of the parts of the plants and coloring pictures of them. So these are just what we've had up in the museum for May. Like I said, it changes every month, and it's a lot of fun to just find new topics and to have the ability to do whatever you want and to figure out what you think would be exciting for the kids. And so it's been a really fun internship. I still have until July, and so I have 2 more exhibits to go. But I have really enjoyed working in the Children's Museum and seeing how the children interact with the museum as well. And if you're interested, just stop by the Flood Museum and talk to Jill.